What's happening, guys? My name is Weds, and today we're gonna talk about the new update or content drop for Darktide. So they have a new update. They dropped that yesterday, but it is gonna be live on December 15, 2022, which is today. So in a nutshell, I'm gonna tell you what you should expect from this update. First of all, they added 2 new weapons, one for the Zealot and one for the Ogren. Also, they fix some issues in the shop. They also add one more addition to the crafting system, which is refined. I will show you as it stands right now. But as far as the update is concerned, as the making of this video on December 15, 2022 at 7:45 a.m. Central Time, it is not live yet, but everything that you see in the update is supposed to be coming sometime today, basically around 11 a.m. I would assume, Eastern time. But let's go to what we here to talk about. I am not going to read everything. I'm just going to read the headline mostly, and then I will leave a link in the description. That way, if you want to read everything, then you can just check it out. But I basically already told you what is the most important, which is the weapons edition, as well as some of the fixes. In any case, they talking about us rejects, and they say in today's community update, we'll discuss our first significant content drop for Darktide. Now, like I said, I don't want to read all that stuff. I'm going to leave it to you guys, and you can read this stuff. So now going to the headlines. First, stability. They address the stability. They say first and foremost, we prioritize stability so you can all play the game uninterrupted. We've identified several critical issues and are working on fixing them to get there. In any case, and then actively investigating, those are everything that they currently working on. They say GPU related crashes. They also dependencies are not updated when users disconnect or crash during missions. And then they also have the players receive error codes 4008 and 2007, and also problems with Twitch drops and account connectivity with Twitch drops. And they also have players reporting that no rewards or progression are given after mission completion. Those are some of the stuff that they are investigating. Now, as far as the thing they are currently fixing, they say contracts do not progress for some players, and also various dependencies work differently than expected, and also the server crash, kicking players, error code 2001, etc., etc. And also they have the stuck in queue position 1. So sometimes I have this between Q1 or 2, whatever, but I've never stuck for very long. Now for the Commodore's Vesture, that's the shop they talking about. Now they say in patch 1.0.14 we removed the timer from the Commodore's Vesture where players could purchase premium cosmetic via Quilla packs. Now, as you remember, they have issues with the shop. The player base had issues with the way the shop was being conducted. So they make some fixes where they take out the timer. That way people don't have FOMO. Now, in reference to the timer, now they explain that it's important to note that the store is on rotation to give players some variety while at the same time not creating clutter. We feel that unlimited store pages are likely to create confusion and a bad user experience, but rest assured the cosmetics are not gone forever and will likely reappear. So they want you to know that even if something is gone, it will come back, and so you don't have FOMO. You can always wait to buy it, but just regular stuff. Content drop, the signal, as I already explained in the beginning of the video. They say this drop introduces a new map, 2 new weapons, one for the Zealot and one for the Ogren. The new refine option in the crafting menu, the inclusion of private games, and the addition of a new condition. And this is stuff they talked about before, where they add a solo queue where you can play solo. Also, they also added a system where if you have 2 players and you want to be private in your game session, then you can just opt to do that and stuff like that, so you don't have to play with other random player. So that's basically all this is all about. Again, like I said, I will leave a link in the description so you guys can read everything. Now, patch notes, patch 1.020, they add some edits on stuff about the time when they talk about yesterday, why the update didn't drop yesterday on 14 December. So that's what they're explaining here. Now, for general quality of life, they say the chat window is now accessible on all loading screens and during the outro cinematic after a mission. So, you know, when you're playing a game and you finish the mission, sometimes you probably would like to chat with your teammate and stuff like that, but that was not really accessible. It was kind of hard. But now I think they say they're fixing this. So we will have to see all that stuff when the update is actually live. Now, talk about performance and stability, or of course, fix. Contracts and penances, you know, again, they talking about the penances where, you know, they were kind of confusing or they're not working the way intended. So stuff like that. Now, localization have been added for several UI texts. And then as far as the weapons, they talking about all the fixes that they make to weapons, the way they interact with the game and stuff like that. All the stuffs are right here. All the tweaks that they have made. This is a long list of stuff. And now let's go back to combat. They fix a lot of stuff about the combat without reading everything. That's all you need to know. And as far as enemies, they fix some issues with enemies as well. And mission, they fix a lot of stuff with missions. And then for the effects stuff, animation, stuff like that, yeah, they fix a lot of stuff. Fixes. Now, for character customization, for those of you that care about that kind of stuff, they fix various issues with cosmetic, clipping, etc. Fixes. And for the UI, UX, they fix a lot of stuff. And then for the engine, multiple fixes to prevent GPU hangs. Now, it's fair to say that this game has a lot of issues that they are trying to fix. So some pro, they are fixing everything that they can, and cons is the game has a lot of issues. So regular stuff, so we have to deal with. Now, on my final note, remember, every time there's an update, there is a probability that your settings that you already made has changed. So make sure you check them out and change them accordingly. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Hopefully this was helpful. I will see you guys in the next one.